Hello everyone, and welcome to Divine Debut. This is Kathy speaking. Thank you so much for joining me here today, the 28th of August of 2022, just after the new moon in Virgo. Let's see what the messenger has for you. I hope you're having a wonderful weekend. Surprise, surprise, I'm here today on a Sunday. Okay, I felt called to read for you. We're reading the messages. This is the messenger is here, so I'm wanting to see what's going on with this new moon in Virgo, which is being squared by Mars. It's not an easy new moon. Virgo, happy birthday, dear Virgo. This is your new moon of the year, for your year moving forward. Let's see what the messenger has for us today. Virgo, the archetype, speaks to purity, speaks to service, health, hygiene, service. Virgo is the Virgin. Virgo and Pisces, which is opposite, they share, or they fit together. What one lacks, what Virgo lacks, Pisces completes, and the other way around. We know Pisces is all about compassion, but Pisces is more about unconditional love. Virgo is unconditional love as well, but Virgo can be quite discriminating. Virgo is more practical. Remember, it's an earth mutable sign. So we'll look at the practical matters. Virgo does provide, does service, does work very hard, and does transmutate to serve, to help, to be there for others. Virgo is very motherly, dear friends, the archetype of Virgo. So let's see what the messages are, dear Spirit. Thank you, Archangel Michael, Archangel Lophiel, Archangel Gabriel, Archangel Lophiel. Please guide. Remember, this is a general reading, so it may or may not resonate for all of you. And the message is for you when you get to view this reading, okay? So remember, we're not all on the same timeline. It does help to like, share, subscribe, and comment, as it's an exchange of energies. What's at the bottom? We've got the moon. Here is the moon. Seven of Wands and the Knight of Cups. So there's some sort of secrecy or fear pertaining to an offer, creative love offer, which is, I believe that there are fears here because there's a lot of obstacles pertaining to this offer. There's second thoughts. There's someone could be having cold feet about bringing this offer forward. Maybe because there's information missing. Maybe someone's just being too much about the details, looking too much of things that are missing. So we know the moon. The moon speaks to someone's home, so it could be in relation to someone's home or their living arrangements, or it's something that wants to be created here. Something that someone wants to create. It is very creative energy with the Knight of Cups. We know Knight of Cups can be very romantic. There's romance. There's emotional connection or feelings here. Maybe someone is keeping them under wraps because of fear of obstacles. Maybe someone also fears coming forth with this offer because someone's been they've had their door closed. So let's see what this is all about. So we do have fire, water, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, and Leo, Sagittarius, Aries so far. 5 card spread. So we've got a 9, Nine of Pentacles. This is the Virgo card. At the foundation, where this reading is coming from, Two of Wands, choices. Four of Swords, inaction. There's been some sort of disappointment. Choices. Maybe a choice that's been made has broken someone's heart. Someone is really having difficulty in making a choice. They're really needing to look at things, sort of sleep on it, you know, some sort of a decision. And it can speak to someone being single or going through some sort of separation. Crowning. We've got the Fool. So this is a moment before someone takes that leap of faith. Someone is wanting to go on that journey. It can be a physical, can be a risk that they're wanting to take, even though there's been disappointment. There can be physical distance here as well. What's the possible outcome? We've got the King of Swords. And, you know, as I picked up this deck, I thought I need a new deck. Or it's not a new deck. I've used this deck many times, but fresh energies. And the card that was, the first card that I saw was the King of Swords. So he's shown up again. King of Swords can speak to legalities, communication, hard communication. Someone is detached here. They're not showing all their cards, let's say. There are challenges here. There's conflict here. But the King of Swords can speak to communication. Some truths pertaining to a cycle that's begun, or a risk that someone's ready to take. They know that they are worthy of this. And it's like I don't know why I get this, but it's as though someone's in front of a shop and they're can I use the term going shopping? So they're looking at what's on offer here, and it says that Nine of Pentacles is like, look at me, I'm here, and we know that there's a lot of beauty in the Nine of Pentacles. There's a lot of admiration, whether it's from the outside. So it's as though something is on offer here, and one side is trying to bring in to attract someone. It's as though someone is selling themselves, if I can use that term, selling themselves, and the other is just a matter of fact. And you know, Virgo is very a matter of fact as well, because Virgo is about logic and all the details, right? King of Swords is usually Aquarius energy. So we do have strong air, even if it's not just Aquarius. For some of you, it will be Libra or Gemini. We know Mars has stepped into Gemini now, so it is about curiosity. It is about those conversations. It is about needing to make a decision, or again, someone speaking themselves up. So trying to sell themselves and their ability, what they own, how they look, what they've got to sell. So they're selling themselves. It's like going to the markets, if you get what I mean. Now, the King of Swords we know is very fair usually, but he's very detached. He's very cold. He's the matter of fact. 1 and 1 equals 2. It doesn't equal 3. Also, so let's see what's at the bottom of the deck. We've got the Moon. Well, I did open up the 3 past, present, future, which was the Moon, the 7 of Wands, and the Knight, the Knight of Cups. So there's a lot of things that are unknown here. There's the Three of Wands. So we've got the 2 and then the 3. Three of Wands, of course, is someone waiting. Waiting what? For the clouds to clear, for the information to come in. It does speak to one's desires, the ability to create, the desire to expand, to explore, to take that journey. Remember, this is Sagittarius energy more so, which can speak to, again, foreigners, foreign places, someone's vocation. There's the Ace of Pentacles. So the offer is here. It does speak to the past. The Ace of Pentacles is something long-term, something that's on offer here. It's practical. It could be a long-term relationship or a contract. It could be let's move in together, but we're at a physical distance. That's impossible. There are the Eight of Wands, which also speak to a lot of desire and quick action, lots of messages. These are Cupid's love arrows, so lots of messages back and forth. This could also speak to past flight travel, where there was something physical, tangible, real, on offer, which maybe someone's turned their back on and we don't know the reasons for that. So remember that Ace of Pentacles does complete the Nine of Pentacles. Now, if this is, because we've got the Four of Swords, which comes after the Three of Swords, there's been some sort of disappointment. Could it be possibly that someone is looking to free themselves up? Before that offer can be accepted, that Ace of Pentacles, someone needs to be single and free and know that they are worthy of being in a happy relationship. Remember, you know, Ten of Pentacles speaks to family. Yes, there could also be financial issues here, finances that are the, you know, the one of the materials that are necessary to balance out a situation. One of the ingredients. Well, same thing. If we look at the Four of Swords and the Ace of Swords, that's 5 swords. 5 swords can speak to other people being involved. We've got, as I said, the Four of Swords here, comes after the 3, and we've also got the Three of Wands. So there could be other people that are involved here as well. We'll take more. Let's see what the Karma Dharma is here, Spirit. What is the Karma Dharma? We've got Aries, Aquarius, Virgo, Sagittarius, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. Could be any fire sign here. We've got lots of earth. Virgo is very strong. Four of Swords is Libra energy as well. Let's see, what is the Karma Dharma pertaining to today's message? We've got the Magician, which is Mercury. Now, Mercury has stepped into Libra. We know that Libra speaks to balance, harmony, fairness, justice, relationships of all sorts. The Magician is an ace. And it also speaks to communication, having the power to manifest, having the tools necessary to move forward. Remember, Mercury in Libra will be curious as to find some sort of a resolution to come into balance with others, relationships, other relationships. Libra also speaks to justice and fairness. So this can speak to some sort of justice, a communication that will give someone a sense of justice after there's been, you know, taking time out. Someone's been in deep thought, looking at logical matters. Logical and then practical. Everything begins with the mind, and then we can take action on practical matters. That's what Virgo is. It's all about looking at the details. Perfectionism. Let's take a couple of Lenormand before I take more tarot here. Now remember, on the new moon, we can't see the moon in the sky. A new moon is darkness. There's nothing out there. We need to wait a couple of days before we could see the new moon glyph. And why is there total darkness? That's when we go within. We trust our intuition. That's what the main message is here. Trust your intuition. Try to overcome fears. But trust in what your higher self is telling you. Trust that what you are feeling pertaining to maybe someone else's fears in relation to taking this leap of faith, whether it's a divorce settlement, whether it's a possible even contract that looks really promising. It's been promised from the past, but there's details that are missing. Hard choices here, and that's Mars in Gemini, no doubt. But the Magician, remember, the Magician can also be a trickster. So there could be trust issues here as well. Someone is sort of fine-tuning a situation before they make their mind up. And the Magician could also be someone that's, you know, a professional, someone that is employed here to give advice, to advise someone on moving forward. Could be, I mean, the King of Swords could be a doctor. He could be an accountant. Right? Anyone who uses their mind. So we've got the Divine Feminine here. She's on a path. What's the path? The path to romance. The path to love. The path to some sort of an offer. She's got an offer in front of her. Now, of course, if you're a Divine Feminine, this could be you. For those of you that are Divine Masculines, this is the person you're looking at, the person you're interested in. We do have, I mean, we had the Knight of Cups, remember. The Knight of Cups is like the bouquet here, and this speaks to Jupiter in Sagittarius. It's a bouquet. It speaks to someone's social life, pleasantness, some sort of an offer, being appreciated. Wow. You know, I do see the whip many times as the King of Swords. Very, very similar. And it's a number 11, which is also justice, the number of justice. So there's some sort of conflict pertaining to a romantic offer, a creative offer that's got a lot of promise. But there is conflict here. What's at the bottom? And someone's looking for a resolution and a solution. This has got to do with an open wound. The key does speak to something long-lasting. Yes, and it can relate to a home. The key can speak to opening a door, whether it's a practical, real door, or if it's just an emotional door or a portal that opens up for you. What is the key sitting on? We've got the Bear. And the Bear does speak to responsibilities or someone needing to be strong. Someone needing to be powerful, to know their power, take leadership. This is Mars in Aries, the Bear. So the mother comes into the story again, even with the moon. We know that the moon is recessive. It's the yin energy. It's not about taking action. It's about going within. It's about waiting. It's about loving, nurturing, and providing, even though there are doubts and there's hidden information. Now, it can have to do with matters pertaining to the past as well. Past relationships of all sorts. Let's see what this Nine of Pentacles is in the now. What's that speaking about? Remember, it's the Virgo card on this Virgo new moon. Now, I'm not reading reversals, so someone either knows or they don't know that they are worthy of. They are doubting maybe themselves. Doubting that they will be loved, doubting that they are admired, doubting that someone is attracted to them, doubting that there will be financial abundance. They'll be able to stand strong on their own. There's a lot of doubts here for some people out there because of maybe perfectionism. Someone doubting that they can provide that service. So self-worth issues come up here. We've got the Eight of Pentacles, another Virgo card. And we've got the Star, someone having worked towards a wish fulfillment. Someone having worked very hard for some sort of a wish fulfillment. Now the Star does speak to the future. It's Aquarius energy. Saturn is there. The Saturn doesn't, Saturn is the Lord of karma and timing. Whatever it is, I mean, you know, the 11th house is the Star. It's Aquarius, right? So it can speak to friendships here as well. But also someone being social or being communicative on social media. And then for others, there's been no communication. Someone's just been very, very busy working towards a wish fulfillment, which could possibly be at a timely distance or at a physical distance. 8 and 9 Pentacles, that's 17, which is the Star. What does that 17 mean for you? And it can also add to an 8. So either the 8th of September, the 17th of September. 8th of September, we're having a full moon in Pisces, so maybe we'll have the clarity then. The Star, someone working towards a wish fulfillment. 2 of Wands at the foundation. We've got the Strength card, so Leo is here. And we've got the King of Cups. Someone holding themselves back from speaking their true emotions. Someone being torn between two. Torn. Remember we had the Knight of Cups, and here we've got the King of Cups, Scorpio. Scorpio, Leo, fixed signs. There can be some ego here. If this is a love relationship, someone's holding themselves back. They're not confident enough to move forward. And it's as though there's been a cycle. Someone has been in a cycle, going through that, you know, a karmic cycle again and again, not finding the confidence to move forward and speak truthfully from the heart. King of Cups can be someone that's emotionally imbalanced in the past. Someone that's that doubts their abilities to be loved or to be able to love. Maybe because of past wounds or ego. Remember that the Strength card can speak to a strong desire. It can also speak to someone holding themselves back or doubting their abilities, their higher self, and their not believing in themselves. Leo does speak to speaks to children, romance, fun. It speaks to a risk. Someone in the past was not able to take a risk, so they held themselves back. They had the ability to create. They had all the ingredients here. They had the passion, the desire. They had the open heart. And we know that the Two of Wands can be physical distance. So I don't know if there's a physical distance, which was the difficult choice here. For some of you, you could be dealing with someone that comes from a different part of the world. Or this was choosing between someone's career, someone's future, and them having the ability to expand and grow, and their heart. So those two choices may have been in the mix here. Let's look at that Four of Swords. Recent past. We have the Empress. The Empress, Libra, Taurus. The Empress does speak to the mother. Speaks to it, you know, manifestation, possibly abundance. Possibly the Empress, either a mother figure or someone who's just very attractive, someone holding back on nurturing and loving the other. That's why there's been no action here. And we've got the Page of Wands though. So we do have possibly a mother and a child. It could be an adolescent child. Page of Wands is the Page of yes, it's the minor arcana of the Fool. Page of Wands. Page of Wands sometimes is a very abundant page. And I get the sense that, yes, there's a choice here where someone's choosing either their heart or either their abundance. Their abundance can speak to, you know, connected work, money, inheritance, possible. I mean, the mother gives to the child, right? We know that the Empress speaks to abundance. The Empress can also speak to patience. Patience that someone needs to find the courage to move forward and take that leap of faith. What's the Fool about? Ten of Wands. Very difficult for someone to take that leap of faith, or they're waiting to some sort of a cycle to end. They've been going through a difficult time. Could be connected to a child and another partner. In the Empress can be a partner. Interesting here, we've actually got a King of Swords, a King of Cups, and an Empress. What's that Ten of Wands about, which turns into the Ace? Another Ten of Cups. So Ten of Wands turns into the Ace of Wands. It's been really heavy for someone. And the Ten of Cups says that this person will take that leap of faith, but they need to close a couple of chapters in their life. It could be connected to work, could be connected to happy family or unhappy family for others of you. But the driving force here is desire and emotion, right? So fire and water. Water puts out that fire. We've got emotional matters and fire and the desire to create here. So we've got a good balance of the yin and the yang here. Let's look at this King of Swords. Who is here? There's the Four of Swords once more. We've got the Four of Swords twice. So my dear friends, timing is very important here. We've got the hour clock, right? Someone really needs to gather themselves up. Now, this could also be someone having gone through an emotional, I don't know, disappointment, physical. Someone needs to heal physically. They've had some sort of illness. They've been going through health issues or challenges. Could be psychological, mental. We've got the Eight of Cups where someone is detaching. Once, you know, they are good enough to go, they are detaching. They're leaving something in the past. A relationship, a job, some sort of a situation that did not make them happy. And remember that also someone's gone through emotional, I should say, a spiritual journey where they've grown spiritually through the hardships. It's as though they've gone through some sort of an awakening. They've woken up to the truth. And we've got the Five of Pentacles. So, Five of Pentacles, never an easy card, because you could say that someone also, their beliefs have changed and they're feeling a little bit out of balance here. The Five of Pentacles is a card of lack. So even though we come from different areas of the world, there's major differences between you and I. We've got different beliefs. We've gone through that maturing, that awakening process. And, you know, wherever this King of Swords is heading towards or thinking to head towards, whatever he's detaching, whoever he's detaching from, it's going to cost them financially, emotionally. And for me, and we see the mother and the child here, mother and child with a sense of lack, so not feeling stable, not feeling provided for, not feeling safe and secure. Or someone is ready to take that risk, even if it takes them out into the cold. Right? There's the conflict. There's the whip, right? Which does speak to conflict. It speaks to sort of injustices. There will be difficult discussions. There'll be oppositions here and arguments. But this could also be internal, where someone does find their key. Remember, the key can speak to that open wound that we are carrying. Chiron, the wounded healer, has got the possibility to heal. Now, I always see the magician as when the stars align, we're given all the tools to make the magic. So whether it's through communication, whether it's through conversation, whether it's through going from A to B. I mean, Mercury does speak to anything written, spoken, collaborated on. It can speak to business and commerce. And it can speak to truths, obviously. And Mercury is youthful energy, right? Gemini, which Mercury also rules, does speak to youth and fresh energies. For some of you, this could also relate to siblings, something connected to family and siblings as well. Possible legalities. What's at the bottom here? We've got the sun. The sun, my dear friends, which does speak to happiness, fun, the ability to create. Venus is transiting through Leo. She's squaring over. Venus is not in a good position. She's squaring over to the nodes. She's being squared. So it's all about coming from a place of love. Venus is also squaring over to Uranus in Taurus, right, where the North Node is. And she is in opposition to Saturn. So we're going to this sort of like there's a humbling energy, or there's a limitation pertaining to happiness at this time. It's like we're needing to stand in integrity, do the right thing. There's certain blockages for some of us here. It's like we need to wait until that green light, as I always say. Right now, there's challenges pertaining to having the ability to create something magical, to create something that is something that stems from love, or stems from, you know, or possibly gives you a sense of security. That could be physical security, money, monetary, anything that speaks to beauty, speaks to harmony, which is Venus. And Venus is peace as well. Someone here is leaving a situation because they're looking for their peace. Their peace of the pie. What's the moon about? This too shall pass, my dear friends. Venus in opposition to Saturn. This is like a maturing process where love is concerned. It's like, have you done the work so that Saturn can open the door for you? The elder, the father, the boss. Have you done the work? I mean, someone is under feeling pressured. We've got the Hierophant. The Hierophant is Taurus. That's where the North Node is. Uranus is there. There are options here. I do see the keys. I see the keys, and someone is looking for advice. We've got the Elder here that is advising the children. This is a teacher. Now, this can speak to study. I mean, the Hierophant can be a spiritual teacher. This could be a priest for someone. There's learning here. There's learning and there's teaching. The Hierophant also speaks to changes, family. Someone is getting uncomfortable. And this is what's happening. It's fated events that are going on. We've got the Three of Wands here. The Three of Wands, again. And we've got the Wheel of Fortune, dear friends. So what we don't know about this new moon in Virgo is that someone is being guided right now. Possibly, as I said, divorce, possibly leaving a family situation. We've got a couple of tens up here. Tens always speak to endings and new beginnings. Even though someone's going to be left out in the cold, the resolution, the solution will be found. It's not going to be easy because the Wheel of Fortune is another 10. And the Wheel of Fortune is Jupiter. Jupiter, which is in Aries now. Aries, right? We're going back to the past. Jupiter is retrograde. There's something that needs to be dealt with, needs to be concluded, needs to be closed up. A major cycle where someone was feeling imprisoned. And it's a process, my dear friends. And with the process that I said, I get the Scorpio energy. Obviously, the Death card. The Wheel of Fortune, right? Sagittarius. Wisdom. Someone is becoming more wise. Jupiter can speak to coupling up, optimism, happiness, adventurous, my truth. This is my truth, says the King of Swords. My truth is that I'm not happy where I'm at. So even though it's going to find me out in the cold, or I'm connecting with someone that, and I'm severing ties from those that are not on team King of Swords, let's say. The Five of Pentacles does speak to usually big differences, big social differences between one person and another, whether it's financial, reputation, anything. And therefore the King of Swords cuts away. Remember, it's a double-edged sword, which is never easy because it cuts both ways. And that cuts both ways. Gloria Estefan. That song keeps coming up for me recently. I've mentioned it in another video, very recent. Those that watch my uploads, all my uploads, you'll know, you will be able to reference which video. It's a recent one. Cuts both ways. So it's not easy for both sides, whatever this is about. And there's the Ace of Wands, which is, it shows up as very victorious. Very victorious indeed. So that, obviously, that Fool card here with the 10 of Wands, which I said turns into the Ace. The driving force is the Ace of Cups and the Ace of Wands. There we've got, as I said, the balancing out of the yin and the yang here. I want you to notice the four candles. The four candles here, they do remind me of the Four of Wands, right? The staffs, Four of Wands, which can speak to marriage or the ability to create something stable long-term and celebrate. And what I notice is that the hand with the wand, right, is outside of this, because the Four of Wands does usually, it points to a home. So it's outside of security, outside of a home. So someone's desire is outside of that stability or that marriage or that home. And obviously, if that would be the Four of Wands, we've got another one, the Five Wands. In actual fact, Five Wands do speak to conflict. And I'm going to say again, for some of us, it's inner conflict. For others, it does involve other people. And we've got the Six of Swords. Six of Swords, which means wanting to leave conflict and move towards serenity. And someone is very dead set about that. Fives always speak to changes, imbalances. I want to take one card. I'm going to take one card on that. The Whip. We've got the Cross. And the Cross can speak to faith, but it speaks to heavy burdens. Very similar to the Ten of Wands. There is difficulty here, but the Cross does speaks to 2 to 3 weeks. It speaks to Black Moon Lilith. So there have been injustices, imbalances, disrespect. Disrespect here. We've got the divine feminine energy that is wanting to lash out. She's been unlawfully punished. She has not been respected. Someone was trying to keep her under their thumb. So I get that this is either a childhood wound. It can be connected to someone's mother as well. Where now, let's say mother-daughter, if there's a possibility here, mother-daughter is like the daughter is reliving her mother's injustices and is going to retaliate and rebel, but she's carrying some sort of a heavy duty. She's paid for her duty. Maybe this is saying that internally her beliefs have changed. I don't know why I need to say she's been taken down another route. And her suffering is going to last another 2-3 weeks. 2-3 weeks. The conflict will last 2-3 weeks. Or her suffering. Now, we've got a divine feminine here. Okay. Now, we're all made up of the yin and the yang. So, usually this is connected to, obviously, a divine feminine. But for some of you that feel you are more the recessive, you got more recessive energies within your making or in your chart, let's say, even though you could be a male. Yes, this could be you. Okay, so this is only for a few of you, obviously. So the Cross does speak to someone holding on to their principles and wanting to do the right thing. Okay. And this is a heavy conviction, and it does speak to suffering, but it's not going to last, as the resolution will be found. And this could also be help from someone who's in a position of power. The key is given from someone that's quite powerful, possibly. Could be a mother, could be a mother figure, could be a boss, could be someone who's in a leadership position. We've got the book, so there's been a lot of secrecy and a lot of unknown matters connected to the past. Let's take one energy oracle for today, for this reading. And I'm going to say for some of you, oh my goodness, that was quick. Thank you, Spirit. For some of you, in the past, in the distant past, there was more openness pertaining to emotional feelings, possibly. But now, for some of you, and now someone is showing up as very cold and detached. They've probably been hurt. Not probably, surely, because the Four of Swords sits on the King of Swords, right? What came through? We've got victory, possible victory. We've got woman holding a heart, and we've got all tied up. So there's possible victory. I don't know in which order this will be. All tied up is now with the Four of Swords, I would say. Or these are the blockages. Someone is all tied up. Maybe there was victory in the past pertaining to heart matters. Right now, someone is tied up. They're needing to work through any obstacles, looking for a resolution, looking for maybe possible help from others. 28, 44, and 23. So that's 1, 45, and 5 is 50, and that's the Hierophant. All tied up could speak to someone being in another commitment, another relationship, I would say, for some of you, or another, any sort of, I don't know, contract, some sort of a commitment, whether it's to family, to business, to some sort of a group. Could be a religious group, I don't know. It will be different for each of you. And lastly, my dear friends, I'm going to take a Spirit of the Animals Oracle. So what is the advice for today, dear Spirit? Fated events will be playing out. It's impossible for us to know right now. And why I said that is because of the Wheel of Fortune. Alright, trust your intuition. Remember, the Hierophant can speak to a spiritual teacher or something fated that's playing out. I mean, we've got Venus and Jupiter here. So this is something magical that some of you have been waiting forever for. And maybe now the light comes through. We see the lantern up here, which we've got 3 lanterns. That's a lot of light pertaining to what was hidden within, internally. We've got, look at the 3 clocks here. I mean, 3s, the Empress, again. Someone's needed to be very patient, and there it is, my dear friends. Be in community. You are a powerful creator. Your work blesses everything you touch. Be open to receiving sweetness. You are the Queen of Abundance. The Queen of Abundance. What an amazing card. This is one of my favorite cards, actually. And the Queen of Abundance is the Empress. It is Mother Gaia. It is the ability to manifest. It is the ability to create through working hard, right? Remember, we had Virgo, New Moon, which Virgos work double jobs. They work extra hard. Virgo is very much the Empress as well. Very motherly. So keep working, says the New Moon in Virgo. For some of you, the abundance will come to you in the time of Pisces next year. For others of you, with this full moon in Pisces on the 10th of September, you will have news. News pertaining to your goals. And I'm going to say the full moon in Pisces comes 6 months after, obviously, your, dear Virgo, your last new moon. Those of you that sent your wishes out to Spirit on the last new moon in Virgo, and doesn't only relate to Virgos, but we all send our wishes to Spirit and we ask for what it is we want to manifest. So usually it takes 6 months, they say. But I would say now on the full moon, in Pisces, logically, for that new moon in Virgo last year, now is the manifestation of it. Okay? So, I'm wishing you all well. I want to thank you so much for liking, sharing, subscribing, and commenting. Keep working. Keep providing that service. Spirit will reciprocate and give that back to you. All the work and all the sacrifice that you have done, and I'm not talking only to Virgos now, but all of us. We've all got Virgo in our chart somewhere. What we've sacrificed for others, what we've serviced towards others, that's what the 9 and the 8 of Pentacles show to me now. Does promise a wish fulfillment with a star here. All right, my dears. Love and light. Wishing you all well. Talk to you soon. Ta-da.